This is why I quit my six-figure executive job to coach creators for a living. I'm now a full-time content creator myself, and it took me 10 years to finally have the balls to quit my full-time job and to actually live stream, create videos, make podcasts, and do everything I love to do with all of my time every single day. And in this video and in this live stream, I'm going to tell you about what that journey was like, the challenges that I overcame, and I'm going to teach you what I've learned along the way in my journey to become a full-time content creator. This all started back in 2009 when I saw some guys on YouTube and they were making StarCraft 2 videos. I was inspired at the time by a creator named Husky StarCraft. I don't know if you saw Husky StarCraft or not, but there was this whole budding esports scene in gaming. And the esports scene was really inspiring to me. And it was the early days of YouTube before esports even became popular at all. And what I saw out there was content creators. Imagine this was the first time anybody ever saw this. But content creators were playing back gameplay of StarCraft, doing commentary on top of it, and then uploading that to YouTube and getting hundreds of thousands of views. And so when I discovered that, and I saw that people were loving it, and they love these commentators, and they love these esports guys, I just immediately thought, oh my God, I have to be a part of that. And so I started creating my own StarCraft content, and I started creating my own Star Wars The Old Republic content. And my channel quickly took off. Within the first 3 months or so, I got my first 100 subscribers, which was a huge deal to me. And my wife made me a 100 subs cake. That was really, really cool. And my channel started to take off. I then got thousands of subscribers. I then at some point got hundreds of thousands of views per month back in 2010. And this was big. I was emerging as one of the, prominent YouTubers, I guess you could say, at the time. And I had a decision to make at that time. Was I going to continue forward being a content creator, or was I going to take an opportunity to go build this thing called a gaming network? It was called at the time TGN. It was a gaming network on YouTube that helps creators. And I was thinking to myself, what is going to be the more secure option between these two things? Being a content creator where I have to live stream every single day for a living, I have to make videos every single day for a living, or getting a traditional job and helping creators and kind of indirectly doing what I love. So I ended up making the decision to do the content creator network thing. And I actually quit being a full-time live streamer. And at the time I was getting, 250, 500, sometimes 1,000 concurrent viewers right here on Twitch. By the way, this live stream is on Twitch. If you're curious to watch these live streams live, link in the description below. Every single weekday, I do live coaching for creators right on exclusively on Twitch right now. If you want to check this out, if you're watching this on YouTube, you must follow on Twitch to be a part of these and ask questions. And so after I made that decision to join the network, my content creation really died down. And that whole venture was really successful. It was a really huge media business, and we ended up helping a lot of creators along the way. Helped tens of thousands of creators grow. And a bunch of them were on my staff, like over 100 creators were on the staff as writers and editors and channel managers, and we were contracting them and putting money in their pocket, and we were helping a lot of creators. But the whole time I was doing that job, even though it was wildly successful, the whole time I was doing that job, all I could think about all day, every day, was how was I going to make my own YouTube channel work? How was I going to return to creating content? How was I going to return to live streaming? How was I going to make that happen? And so it took me 10 years to finally pull the trigger on quitting my executive job and doing this for a living. So that's why I'm doing these live streams. That's why I do my podcast, the Digital Drop Podcast. And that's why I am releasing 8 videos a day on YouTube, is that I have all this pent up energy, if you will, where I got a taste of what success was like as a creator 10 years ago, really early. And then I went a different path and I missed it really bad the whole time. And so this is a calling that I can't leave behind. And so for those of you out there that are thinking, should I become a full-time content creator? Is this going to be a hobby, or is this going to be like an actual job for me? One thing that I want you guys to think about is, are you compelled? Are you absolutely compelled to create content? Can you do nothing but create content? Do you have to do it all of the time, with all of your time? If you can't stop thinking about it, if you don't obsess over it, then you maybe aren't cut out for it. It maybe isn't the thing for you. And I want you to consider that. I really want you to think about that and consider that, because most of the successful creators that I coach right now as a part of my coaching business, they can't stop thinking about content creation. They can't stop thinking about the next step that they have to hit. They can't stop thinking about the next view goal, the next subscriber goal, the next video, one-upping themselves over and over and over again. And it's this sort of obsessive personality that ends up succeeding in this space. And the reason why is you have to outdo all of the other obsessive people that are obsessing over this every single day. And if you aren't as all in mentally and emotionally as them, it's going to be really difficult for you to overcome them. Because the content creator space, there's tens of millions of competitors out there. Tens of millions of competitors out there that you're going up against. If you're in the gaming content creation space, there's 10 million just alone right here on Twitch. It's absolutely ridiculous how many are on Twitch. And so I want you guys to think about this in the way that maybe a professional athlete might think about this. If you're looking to be in the NBA, for example, obviously there are some physical limitations that you'll need to hit, of course, but you need to think about, in order to be in the NBA, you need to be better than 500,000 people. Like 1.5 million people are going to get into the NBA, for example. And do you want it more than 500,000 other people? Do you want it more than everybody else in your city? Maybe in the surrounding cities too? Think about it. The odds of becoming a full-time gaming content creator is like 1 in a million, right? Well, maybe not 1 in a million, maybe 1 in 250,000, something like that. Those odds are pretty bad. So do you want it? Do you want it that bad? If you don't, then it's possible that being a content creator in general is the thing that you actually want. And it's possible that the particular niche you're going after, gaming, may not be the one that will make you ultimately successful. It's possible that just creating content on the side is what makes you actually happy. And you're actually happier just doing a full-time job and then just coming home and streaming at night for fun. So having that sort of self-awareness, and it took me 10 years to have enough self-awareness for me to understand what I really wanted. And that's what it took for me to finally quit my job and to finally do this thing for a living. And so the question I have for you guys in the comments and here in chat today is, what's it going to take for you to quit your current situation? For you to quit, that's a squeaky boom arm. You hear that squeakiness? What's it going to take for you to quit your situation? What's it going to take for you to quit your job? What's it going to take for you to quit school? Quit whatever you're doing right now and then focus on content creation. What is it? Good to see you, Bit Wars and She Bangs Guys. Very nice name in chat live on Twitch. What's it going to take for you guys to pull the trigger on that? It took 10 years, and it also took one of my top clients kicking me off the diving board. His name's Peter Hollins, for me to finally pull the trigger on this decision that I knew was right for myself. And I might seem like an extremely confident person. I might seem like I really know what I'm talking about, and I think I do know what I'm talking about, but it's a really scary leap to leap from a place of security to one of insecurity when you're trying to be a content creator. It's really difficult to leap from a place of making 6-figure salary to maybe making 0 if things don't work out. That's really scary. And the stakes get higher and higher and higher when you have family depending on you, when you have friends depending on you, maybe when you have a community depending on you, whatever your people are that need you to do what you're doing, it makes it more and more difficult. And so we're going to talk about those challenges today and what you're going to need financially, mentally, emotionally to be able to make this full-time thing happen. And I'm going to talk with you about my journey as I got there. You guys ready? Let's do it. Yeah, Shebang says, I see. You like what I said about being obsessed about being a gaming content creator in order to have a chance to make it. Yep. It's those obsessive personalities that actually punch through. So, for example, you know, if you're the type of person that just releases content on your channel and you just kind of let like whatever happen in terms of the edit, in terms of the final product, in terms of the thumbnail, the title, the performance, and you just like whatever happens, happens. You know what? That's the kind of personality that's great for being low stress, but it may not be the best personality for actually being able to compete in a highly competitive market. And so what I mean by that is the people you're going up against are making the perfect title. The people you're going up against on YouTube are making the perfect thumbnail. The people that you're going up against on Twitch have the best overlays. They have the most interesting concept. They thought about it all day. And that sort of competition is really steep and intimidating. And so you need to ask yourself, do you have it within you to be able to compete against those people with that mindset? It's all about your mindset. Can you compete with that mindset? All right, it looks like I need to deploy it to some supply points and hold them. I've done this sort of mission before, so let's do it. Bit Wars Mercenary is in sales, so your emotions are dead. All right, if you don't have any emotions at all, then that can give you that can potentially give you a competitive advantage in a field where being emotional or being touchy-feely about how things are going all the time is actually going to be to your disadvantage. If you can just make content and not care and just release it and get it out there, but constantly improve, that might be a good place for you to be in terms of being able to have sustainability, right? And being able to last through the ups and through the downs of content creation that it brings along the way. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to send my two heavy dudes over to this side and see what they can do. Right over here. So I'm glad that you're dead inside. That's great. Congratulations on being dead inside. I bet a lot of people wish they could be. Okay. That's funny. So once you can replace your full-time job income consistently, then that's when you're going to do it. That makes sense. So I totally get that. And, you know, let me ask you then, since this is a live games and coaching session that happens every weekday on Twitch, what is your plan to actually make that happen? What are those revenue sources that you're going to be focusing on that are going to give you the consistency you need? And please don't say YouTube AdSense. Please don't say YouTube AdSense. A lot of people, I was even just on a coaching call today with a very experienced creator who's making a lot of money on YouTube, almost $10,000 per month off AdSense. And they're like, I wish I could just make a living with just AdSense. And all I wanted to do was scream at them, no, don't do that. Because YouTube AdSense is an extremely unreliable form of income for content creators, because adpocalypses come along and you don't want your income to be completely subject to the PR disasters that YouTube may or may not have. You know what I'm saying? Shebang's guy, ridiculous name. I enjoy studying and playing poker online, but I'm not sure about creating content consistently. That makes sense. So let me tell you this. When I quit my full-time executive job, what I ended up doing while I was still kind of in that job is on the side, I would take LinkedIn learning courses. I would, you know, focus on increasing my skills with various things. And I would work on my Photoshop skills, my video editing skills, my YouTube SEO skills, all those things along the way. And in the process of doing that, I actually learned a lot of things that I could end up making content about, which is what you see on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to relate this back to you in just a moment. If you're spending your free time playing online poker, for example, did you know that you can stream playing online poker to Twitch? Like, you probably knew that, right? There's an online poker Twitch community that you can tap into, and that community it can be extremely lucrative to play online poker and to do content on Twitch. So the whole point of me bringing up my example of me learning is you're probably nonstop learning about poker strategy, about odds, about, you know, the strategies that professional poker players are using, about upcoming tournaments, about different things in that kind of niche that you're truly interested in. But you may be thinking, I should be making some other type of content. Well, you know what? It's possible that making that type of content is actually the one that's going to be your winner chicken dinner, because online poker is the thing that you're really focusing on and that you love. Have you ever considered that? If you guys didn't know about this about me, before I ever kind of began becoming a content creator or an executive that eventually quit his lucrative job like an idiot, I played online poker in college, and I actually paid for the majority of my college tuition, or a lot of my college tuition, by playing online poker. And I won a bunch of tournaments, or got placed well in tournaments that got me thousands of dollars. No Limit Texas Hold'em. I played on Full Tilt Poker primarily, Poker Stars as well. And that was a way for me to make income and learn a lot. And so if I were in that position today of somebody who's playing poker in college and also looking at being a content creator, what I would be doing is I would be live streaming my poker sessions on Twitch. I would be monetizing that. And I would also be creating video content, like tutorial video content, to release on YouTube to teach people better poker strategies, as an example. To teach people about odds, to teach people about the basics that they need to know in order to become, you know, to have some sort of poker edge out there. And that's something that, you know, maybe you could consider doing that kind of move when it comes to the knowledge that you already have when it comes to poker. Okay, so that's something that could be really, really interesting for you, perhaps. I think that could be interesting for you. Everybody else out there, what's it going to take for you guys to... Why did I move right there? What's it going to take for you guys to go full-time as a content creator? What's it going to take? What's it going to be? What's it going to take for you guys to quit your job? What is it that you need? Is it the money? Is it the audience number? Is it the subscriber number that you need to get that confidence? What is it that is going to be the thing that pushes you over the edge to finally make it happen? I'm trying to chop somebody open here with a chainsaw. You didn't even know we had that in common? Well, there you go. Yes, I love poker. I haven't been able to play it recently, of course, since they shut all the poker sites down in the United States. I played it a little bit while I was in Canada, because poker is legal in Canada, as you're aware. But I don't know. I want online poker to be legal in the United States again, because there's a huge market for it, and it's actually like a pretty cool like online hustle that people can do if they are you know, maybe looking to make an extra dollar, something like that. So I missed your stream. I know, I'm sorry I missed your stream, Squad Track. So Bitwars Mercenary says, I'm working on a Patreon plan, and you're really thinking about focusing on the mobile space, the willingness for them to sponsor more, and the amount of the games fans like seems to be like the best opportunity. You just have to stomach playing mobile games primarily. Yeah, so I would tell you to be very, very careful with the idea of, like, let's say, I'm in the wrong spot right now, by the way. I should go up here and be sniping people from up top. So I'm going to actually move my character, like, up here. But I would be really careful, like, chasing games. So I've seen a lot of creators chase games because they're popular or because they're, like, more lucrative or whatever it may be. And then they cover those games simply for business-only reasons. And the reason why that is problematic is that if you only do something like that for business reasons, you're probably going to fall out of love with those mobile games and have a difficult time keeping up the content over time if you don't truly love them. Like a lot of the like really successful content creators that are making mobile gaming content, they like in their heart love mobile games. They like love whichever one they started covering, and like they would play it to the end of days. Okay. And so I want you to keep that in mind with your strategy. And just remember that, you know, if you're chasing a game, if you're chasing, you know, an opportunity like that, that you could end up running into trouble where you start covering mobile games and then you realize that like you got into this thing because you wanted to love it, but then you started covering the mobile games like for the business reasons, and you wanted to create content because you want to do something that you love, but then you'll actually find yourself on a daily basis actually doing something that you hate. So be very careful chasing topics and games and things strictly for business reasons, because it's not necessarily a sustainable long-term strategy. And let's see, is this dude gonna shoot me and blast me again? He is, isn't he? He's gonna walk up to me. Oh gosh, is he about to? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, is he gonna shoot me again? Here he goes. Ow. Did he break my Overwatch? He interrupted my Overwatch. I might die here. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Squad track. Adding... So here's a strategy that Squad Track just did. He's somebody who's trying to... who's actually working for me almost full time. He's a contractor for me. But here's somebody who added the key term... Oh gosh, I'm about to... What? Are you kidding me? This dude is just getting wrecked over here. He added the key term Joe Biden to his YouTube live stream, and he ended up getting an increase in performance by adding the keyword Joe Biden to his live stream. So that's the big strategy that Squad Trek is running today. He's making big moves off of that Joe Biden clout. No, I did the wrong thing with the sniper. Dang it. Okay. I'm gonna go right here and then just start shooting these dudes from like here maybe. No, I'll do it from like right here. Perfect. Let me see if I can get a frag grenade in there. Boom, boom, boom. I'll get one dude and almost kill the other. This is good stuff. Wolfcross says, hey Wolfcross. Oh, by the way, everybody, I have a private group coaching session that I'm doing this evening, and I want you guys to know about it. I'm going to drop it in chat right now. If you guys want to register for the group coaching session, it's right there. It's only $1, this group coaching session. I only have a few people registered right now, so if you guys want to jump in here, it's $1 for a private group coaching session. Content creators are all welcome. Join. Normally it's $150 to get me to do one-on-one coaching. I've done 3 one-on-one coaching sessions today for $150 to the creators. You can jump in on this one I just dropped in chat for $1 tonight. Just hit me up. Like, get in there. Free, like almost free advice from me and free coaching from me. $1 freaking dollar. Link in chat right here on Twitch. Get in there. Like, there's almost a few. There's only like 1 or 2 tickets left, so go ahead and get that. It's $1. And that's, you reminded me of that Wolfcross, because Wolfcross, you've attended one of my other sessions, right? So the reason you decided to get serious is because you haven't worked since March. You asked how things were going, and literally last week, your old boss, no idea if you're still with the company, turned out to be positive for COVID, so I'm 100% in all ears. Got it. So you're trying to be a content creator out of necessity, right? I mean, that's actually a great position to be in, to be perfectly honest, because when you're kind of like in a tough position, and you know, you like need to be a creator to like make it, that's actually kind of where you want to be. Here we go. And what I mean by that is, obviously you don't want to be in a bad position in life, right? But what I mean is, if you like truly need the success that you're trying to get, like the business success that you're trying to get, let me see if I can get this guy. How did I miss this guy at point blank range? There we go. If you need the success, and then you're more likely to go get it. Honestly, you're more likely to go get it if you actually need it. And so that's something where I actually think that you being in a tough position right now is actually working to your advantage. Because you're going to do whatever it takes to be full-time or to make a living. I'm sorry that you're having so much volatility in your job and everything right now because of COVID. That's awful. I'm not saying that it's like good for you that that's the case, but I actually think that it increases your probability of success. I truly believe that. So I'm going to go like right here and see if I can like bum rush charge this dude. So my question to you, Wolfcross, is what are you doing right now to... How do you miss a dude who's right in front of your face? So my question to you is, what are you doing right now to increase your income and to increase your security? What are you doing to do that? Like, what is the income method that you're looking to build up in order to pay those bills? What is it?
Dig in, we got incoming.
A banana nana 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 says, I am the banana man in chat. Thank you so much for that insightful comment. I really appreciate that. Real Cracked, what's up? It's good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, so applying for an essential job at minimum wage is tough, especially in states, right, where minimum wage is like not even a working wage. As you're aware, minimum wage, oh gosh, they're gonna blow up and kill both of my guys, I think. Jeez Louise. This is real bad. This guy's reloading. He's probably gonna blast me with another blast here.
Boomer's gonna reload. Hit it!
Good lord, this is tough. So I understand that, like, I understand what you're saying, that working a minimum wage job is almost worse than unemployment, as in you make less money making minimum wage than you would just collecting unemployment. And so what I would encourage you to do is not only look at the content creator route as a way to make money, Wolfcross, you need money now. And one of the ways that you can make money now, or soon, is what I'm trying to say, is by doing freelancing and consulting. So do you have any skills that you could potentially like use as transferable skills to do online consulting, like such as video editing or graphic design or marketing or anything of that sort of description, to build up some income in the meantime? Do you have any training you could potentially do for people online that could help them? Is there any sort of like online service you could sell? So these are things I would be thinking about if I were in your position, because you need the money like now. You need to be thinking about how do I make that money now? What do I need to do to get that money right now? And freelancing and consulting can result in instant dollars. Everybody who's in here right now that wants to be a full-time gamer, go ahead and or full-time gaming content creator, go ahead and register for my $1 webinar. Or no, it's not a webinar, it's $1 coaching. You guys can hit me up for that tonight. I'm gonna drop it in chat one more time. I want you guys to get early access to that because I'm gonna do a social media post for it and it's all gonna get bought up. $1 private group coaching tonight. So can you do any freelancing and consulting? Is there anything there that could work out for you? That's something to think about. Mr. 80s Baby here is saying last night, oh boy. Mr. 80s Baby says, last night I quit Facebook gaming. No. I have 4,800 followers, but you can only get 2 people to watch your stream for 5 hours, and you've been streaming on the platform for 3 years. Holy crap. And every day I'm losing followers no matter what I do. Wow, that is incredibly discouraging. All right, we need to take a minute to talk about this, Mr. 80s Baby. Guys, I can understand being frustrated and quitting something when you're working so hard at it and it's not working out. So Mr. 80s Baby, I want to make sure I cover some things with you related to Facebook gaming and live streaming in general as a career path that potentially prevented you from being successful. So let's go over those things. It's really important. Are you guys ready? So I made the mistake in the past when I was a full-time Twitch streamer, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, and I was getting 500, 1,000 concurrent viewers here. I made the mistake of quitting that streamer path then. I was like a medium-sized creator then. I made the mistake of quitting and going down the executive route. And don't get me wrong, I was very successful as an executive. I made a lot of money, big 6-figure salaries, and I did a lot of cool things and learned a lot of things as a media executive and a marketing executive that I loved. But I always regretted quitting being a live streamer here on Twitch. And every day it haunted me. The possibility that I missed out on, that I could have been, if I kept at it, I know I would be one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now. I'm serious. If I had stuck with it, I would be one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now, but I quit. And so Mr. 80s baby, before you permanently quit live streaming, I want you to go over this list of things I'm about to tell you about Facebook gaming, streaming, and streaming in general. And I want to make sure that you've done literally every one of these things. And if you have not done one of these things, then maybe you should consider going back to streaming and trying it again. Okay? Are you ready? Because my guess is that because you're not growing, you're not doing some of these things I'm about to tell you. Or if you think you did it, you didn't do it right, or you didn't really try. And I'm not doing this to really stick it to you or to make you feel worse about your channel not growing. I'm just going to lay it on you as honest as I can, because that's what I do. So number one, when it comes to Facebook gaming, streaming, or any other type of streaming, and I'm going to get to all the comments that are coming up right now. I understand you guys are more active right now. I'm going to get to those. I just go top to bottom on my comments, and I don't want to leave anybody behind. Like somebody like Mr. 80s baby just revealed they quit streaming. This is a big deal. All right, I don't want to leave any of you guys behind on the stream. So Mr. 80s baby, number one, did you restream to every platform? You need to be live streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch and YouTube and DLive and Trovo. If you aren't restreaming, you're missing out on 300, 400, 500% extra growth as a live streamer that you could be getting. If you weren't doing that and you were exclusively streaming on Facebook Gaming, you missed out on a ton of growth. Number two, when you're streaming, you should be telling people and funneling them over to Twitch. Because when you have viewers on Twitch, they are higher quality viewers on Twitch that'll stick around for longer. They'll watch almost any game or anything that you stream, and they're more likely to give you money. That's number two. Number three, did you make an ice cold killer, super interesting title for your live stream every time you streamed? Did you write down a massive list of all of the best titles and headlines you've ever seen in marketing? Write every single one of those down and then use those to market your live stream whenever you went live? Number four, did you do a custom thumbnail that's beautiful every time you live streamed? Something that maybe has a big face of the character in the game that you're playing, and maybe some interesting text next to it that tells people why they should tune in. That's beautifully photoshopped, or at least competently photoshopped. Did you do a custom thumbnail every single time? Number five, did you test a wide range of games when you were growing, and then eventually identify one game that performed better than the others, that has a lot of viewership on Facebook? Did you do that? And then number six, once you found that game that did really well, did you live stream that game over and over and over and over and over again to grow your channel and to grow your viewership? Reason being, the Facebook gaming algorithm punishes you when you switch between games. If you switch between games a lot, then that's why your reach went down to next to nothing. My guess, Mr. 80s baby, is that you did not do all six of those things that I just told you. Because if you did all six of those things that I just told you, you wouldn't be getting 2 viewers. You would be getting at least 30 to 50 concurrent viewers, and you would probably have a lot more success than you have today. I'm not saying that to stick it to you, but you quit Facebook gaming, but I don't think you did everything that you could have to grow on Facebook gaming, either out of ignorance or frustration or whatever it may be, which I understand. So if you really, really, really want to make it happen as a streamer, as a content creator, I would tell you never quit. Just adjust your strategy, try new things, and constantly look at upgrading and improving. That is something critically important as a creator. I regret quitting, and it took me 10 years to return to be live streaming to you guys on Twitch. 10 freaking years. Live streaming was a joke 10 years ago. I had to explain to my family what live streaming even was when this was happening. This is when people thought Twitter and Facebook and Twitch and YouTube were a joke. They thought it was just pet videos and people sharing gifs of their cat and crap. It was a total joke and everybody laughed. That's how long ago this was. And I regret it every day. And I wanted to share that with you. There's always a path to success. It may be very, very long. And it's probably different than what you have in your head. Okay? I hope that was helpful for you. All right. Wolfcross says, I have been looking for ways to position myself for exposure. Already getting to work on setting up Amazon Associate and maybe Patreon, but you haven't been sold on that. So Patreon does require you, for all of you out there that aren't that familiar with Patreon, Patreon does require you to have a relatively large audience to drive to Patreon to support you, of course. And so Patreon isn't necessarily a great starter platform to make money on. But Amazon Associate is. And so Amazon Associate is a platform where, for those of you that aren't familiar, you can make YouTube videos about gaming or technology or anything at all. And any product that you're using, you can put a link in the description of your video or your stream and say, this Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, I absolutely love it. I play with it every time I live stream. And you recommend it on your stream and you drop the affiliate link on your stream and you make a commission off of that sale, up to like 4%. 4% of everything you sell, by the way, through Amazon Associate, up to. And maybe you make some videos on how to modify the buttons, how to set up the triggers, do some tutorial videos, and then you link that in the description of those videos. And if you're interested in buying an Elite Series controller, link in the description below. And the revenue can really add up very, very quickly. Do you guys want to see my Amazon Associates? I'll show it to you right now. Give me one sec. I'm making, just in the last month, and I haven't made many videos at all recently. I'm going to go to Amazon. I haven't made many videos at all. I made something like $1,700 in the past month on Amazon Associates, and I've barely made any videos at all, even referencing Amazon Associates. So check this out. Here, I'll bring it up on the screen for you. I'll just show you my numbers so you know what I'm talking about. Here's my Amazon Associates dashboard. I made $1,800 recommending products to people in the last 30 days. That's low for me. And if I look at this year, so let's just look at this year. I just want you to see this revenue is real. This is revenue you guys could, I made $22,000 in commissions on Amazon Associates this year. I am not a big YouTuber. I am not a big streamer. As you guys are well aware, I only have 11 viewers on Twitch right now. But I made $22,000 just this year suggesting products to people and technology to people and webcams to people and microphones to people and suggesting products that they would be interested in and that would help them. $22,000. There's the money right there. You can see it right on the screen. This is my dashboard and Associates. I just pulled it up. So the money is real. And the way that I did this was I ran a YouTube-based search strategy on my channel. I'll show it to you right now. And a bunch of the videos that I made for it were guide videos on equipment and what you should be putting in your home studio. So let me just find some of those videos so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. We'll just go to my channel. And as you scroll down on my channel, you'll see those guide videos that are just recommended home studio gear recommendations, these videos right here. The 2 best webcam videos, best microphones, best mixers, best you name it. And these recommendations for these products that I made each had a link in the description below the video. I'll just show you an example. Here's the best live stream gear. And then if I scroll down, you look at the description of my video, and then there you go. There's all the gear that I was using that I talked about in the video, all listed right here, all of these Amazon Associate links. Each one of these links, when the viewer clicks the link and goes to Amazon, what it does is it puts this, see this reference up here in the URL? It puts a reference link code to you as an Amazon Associate. And so if they purchase this item or any item on Facebook or on Amazon, then you get a commission off of that. That is the reality of Amazon Associates. That's the revenue I'm really, truly in this moment making. And I wanted to show that to you. So I'm glad that you're focusing on Amazon Associates. And as a small YouTuber and as a growing YouTuber, if you make search-based content that answers people's questions about what the best XYZ is or how to use such and such product, it can be anything, technology, it can be knives, It can be clothing. It can be children's toys. It can be games. It can be consoles. It can be anything. Amazon Associates provides you an opportunity to recommend things that you love and you know about and make a commission off of it. It's a wonderful way to make supplementary income as a content creator. I just literally showed you mine. So go get yours. So Wolfcross, out of those two revenue methods, Patreon or Amazon Associates, I think Amazon Associates could start providing, paying dividends for you faster. All right. Let's go ahead and go through a few more comments here. Adding Joe Biden is free real estate. So Squad Track add Joe Biden, maybe AOC, maybe even Donald Trump to the title of his live streams and got free views off of it. Add the name of a famous person in the title of your live stream and boom, you're internet famous. You're a genius, Squad Track. You're a genius. You're well on your way to becoming the next Pewds. So Wolfcross worked in construction, so you could recommend, you could do tutorial videos, Wolfcross, on how to repair your door, how to put up a shower curtain, how to fix your bike, how to build a table, how to saw blah, blah, blah in half. All these like common household things that people have to do to keep their house or their apartment or their life in order, right? Handyman stuff, how to swap out a fan, whatever it is, right? You do tutorial videos on how to actually do those things. And then in the video, the hammer, pretend this is a hammer, the hammer you're using, the screwdriver you're using, the toolkit you're using, the flashlight you're using, the level you're using, you say, and the level I like to use is this one. And the hammer I like to use is this one. Well, you know what? I recommend every family and everybody have the such and such toolkit in their home. You go to Amazon, you get the affiliate link, you put it in the description, and you tell people in the video, and if you don't have the tools you need to do the job, you're watching this tutorial video, link in the description below. And you can buy the hammer I'm using in the video. It's as easy as pie. You can see how well it's working right here. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Amazon Associates money in your pocket. Yup. This sounds like a fake guru clickbait title. Will you be my goth girlfriend? Cool. Yeah, fake guru title. Yeah, I mean, maybe fake gurus use this title. But in the stream, I'm actually talking about what the title is. So I guess that's the difference between me and maybe fake gurus is that I actually make the content that's related to the title of the content. I'm not claiming that I'm making millions currently as a content creator. I'm not claiming that I'm making millions right now as a consultant. I will just literally show you what I'm actually currently making and talk with you about that. And I'll also talk with you about the clients that I'm serving and the strategies that they're using, who actually are millionaire creators and streamers. And I can share with you what works for them or not and what I advise them on. So there you go. Real Crack says, Awall help you get a 75,000 view video. Thanks, man. I appreciate you giving me credit for that, but that was all you. You came up with that concept. I just helped encourage you to make that content, and I helped maybe advise you on the thumbnail and help push you that direction and give you the tools you needed to get a 75,000 view video. But you did all of that yourself. You put in the work. You really did it. So I'm really proud of you. Congratulations on that video. And cheers to you. Many more 75,000 view videos to you in the future. All right. Cool. All right. It looks like we've got a troll in chat here, so I'm going to go ahead and ban that troll. And let's see if I can do it here through this dashboard. And block. Okay, they're gone. Bye-bye. Alrighty, sweet. All right. You got your ticket for tonight, Wolfcross. That's fantastic. I can't wait to see you. So, Real Crack says, I want to learn how to bring your videos to an extremely engaging level. So obviously audience retention is incredibly important. And you want to use entertainment and jokes with a precise editing to make every laugh. Also learn, so developing something like humor is really, really difficult. It's really tough. And so it's just something that requires a lot of practice over time. And it's not something that you can like necessarily like just read a book and learn, right? Humor is something that requires just perfecting over time. Trial and error of, you know, telling people jokes and having some of them land and having some of them not land, etc., etc. And so this is something that through your video edits, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at the actual audience retention timelines on your videos, like the analytics that YouTube gives you, and literally look and see where audiences are dropping off or not. And if you're seeing in your retention timeline, by the way, everybody who's watching this right now, if you have not already followed me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch right now. Live streams like this are available every weekday. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, link in the description below. Follow me on Twitch. This is free coaching for content creators and streamers that people normally pay $150 to $250 per session for, all right here on Twitch. I want to make it as accessible as possible, given how many people are having, are really going through tough times right now. Very tough times right now, so. So what you can do is you can look at that retention timeline on YouTube. And if you're seeing like the line is like doing really well, it's 100% at the beginning of your video. And then you see it kind of starkly drop off at some point in your video, you know that whatever you're doing, whatever type of joke that is, whatever type of edit that is that you did there is not good. And don't do it again. All right. So that's something that is sort of beautiful about YouTube's analytics platform, is it will quite literally tell you the truth on what people care about or not. And you don't really have to guess as much about what they want to see. It will literally tell you what they want to see. Pretty cool, huh? I love that about YouTube's audience engagement and retention insights. I love that about it.
Now that looks satisfying.
All right. So Squad Trek's next stream title. So this is one subject actually I was just talking with a creator about on a coaching call. And on the coaching call, one of the things that this particular client, I won't reveal his name, but he was a Facebook gaming streamer who was trying to grow. And one of the things that we talked about was, it looks like we got dudes coming up here, huh? One of the things that we talked about was focusing on doing really, really catchy titles for your streams and not just kind of glazing it over. And so this is something that I think a lot of you guys could learn from and can get you a lot of clicks, especially on a platform like Facebook Gaming. But it can help get you a lot of clicks, and therefore it can help get you a lot of actual traction with your streams to get really, really clickable titles. And so what you want to do is look at like, what are the top streams on the platform that you're on? And what are those titles all about? And take note of the top streams and actually literally copy paste the top titles in your niche into a Google Doc and take note of them. And the reason you're going to do that is you're going to be using those top titles as potentially your titles in the future. And I'm not saying like you don't necessarily have to like literally steal someone's title. I'm not saying that, which you could if you wanted to. There's no proprietary, there's no proprietary copyright or whatever, and to my knowledge, on a stream title. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think there is. But what I would tell you is that those titles, you can take them and you can modify them for your own stream. You don't necessarily have to invent from scratch what all the best titles are and what all the best thumbnails are and what all the best video ideas are in this world. You can take the best ideas from other people, you can modify them and make them your own. That's literally what every piece of art or every prolific artist has ever done in the history of everything. Like every piece of music that is famous, that you guys like have heard of and is famous, it was I'm actually gonna use this ability and then shoot this dude. Ooh, boy, that was nice. It took off his head. Every piece of music you've ever listened to that's like halfway decent, that piece of music is a derivative of some other piece of music that came out before it, right? Nobody's music is completely original. And so use the music example. Like everybody's building off of each other in music. Everybody's building off of each other in the gaming content community. Everybody's building off of each other in the art community. Everybody's building off of each other in all of these communities because nobody is genius enough to come up with every freaking original idea themselves all the time. That's unrealistic. It's just completely unrealistic to think that you can come up with all the best ideas all the time and that somehow you're going to have like super original ideas at all times and you're going to be some sort of creative genius. So I would encourage all of you guys to look at the top people in your field, copy paste what they're doing into a sheet and use that as inspiration for you to potentially improve what you're doing. Okay? Really, really important. There's no shame in it. It's not bad. It's good to do that. It's healthy to do that. It's how you can use less brain power coming up with original ideas and more brain power and more energy executing on the ideas that you already have. If you're wasting all of your time doing nonstop just trying to come up with ideas, you're going to feel lost a lot of the time. You're not going to feel inspired a lot of the time. And that's going to prevent you from being as successful as you could be. Wow, that Overwatch was insanely successful there. Wow. All right, Rio Crack says, what equipment would you recommend for making videos yourself, like lighting and camera? Okay, sure, I'm happy to talk about gear really quick. So let's talk about that. I'm gonna move over to my studio shot so you guys can see that. Good to see you, gentlemen. Brian. Let's talk about gear. All right, so so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my creator gear recommendation sheet, and I'm gonna drop some recommendations to you guys in chat. This is my studio. And pretty much all of the gear that I recommend to people, I have personally used. I've actually got a closet of like another $10,000 in gear over there. And the gear that I recommend to people is gear that I use, I've given to my clients, I've done tutorials on, etc. And one of the best purchases you can make for your camera are these lights that I'm using. These are very affordable LED lights with diffusers. This guy, there's actually one here and one here. It's one of the best investments you can make for your visuals. For you being on camera is lighting. A lot of people focus really heavily on the camera that they're getting, and the camera helps, of course, but what helps even more than a camera is having a fantastic lighting kit. So I'm going to drop this in chat right now. This is a very affordable lighting kit with diffusers I just dropped in Twitch chat. And let me just show it to you on the screen here. This is a newer LED kit. This is the ones I'm like, you're literally looking at me in my studio with these ones right now. And this LED light kit has 2 stand-up LEDs that you can change the color temperature on, 2 diffuser boxes on it that make the light like nice and soft and like good on your skin, 2 carrier cases, and they come with power adapters. And so these lights are enough to light basically any sort of situation in your home studio. And they're very affordable. Like this entire kit, these 2 lights and these diffusers are $168. That's less than 1 Elgato key light, I believe. This entire kit is less than 1 Elgato key light. And so I really, really like these lights. I really recommend these lights to creators that are looking to improve that kind of look. And then the other thing that you may want to consider in terms of lighting is a camera light and stand and a camera light and diffusers. So let me just drop both of those in chat right now and we will get back to the gameplay. But see the ring light I've got my DSLR camera mounted in right here in my studio? That ring light has my DSLR in it and it does like a nice soft kind of beauty light look on your face. So that's what I'm putting in the chat right now as camera light and stand. And then there's a diffuser that goes on top of it that makes it so that it doesn't blind you. And so basically here's the deal with this one. So check this out. Here it is. It's just a ring light like this. And instead of in this photo doing where the phone mount is right here, you put your DSLR camera or your webcam or even your phone in the light. And it's a great frontal light. That's really low cost, that can significantly increase your quality, even if you don't have like a multi-$1,000 DSLR camera. So those are the lights that I would recommend picking up. And lighting is way more important for creators early than a camera. Lighting is way more important because it's just going to make a way bigger impact on the final experience that your audience is going to see with your camera, okay? Very important to invest in lighting before camera. I hope that was helpful. Can I bullseye this guy? Oh, I just critical chanced. And did I just blow all my actions? No. All right, let me see if I can shoot the... Ooh, yeah. I like sniping people. Critically hit. And it looks like we've got some dudes on the way. What's my thoughts on corn? So, a banana, nana, nana, nana. Hey, buddy, I think it's time for you to go. I think it's time for a banana, nana, nana to go. And now a banana, nana, nana is gone. A banana, nana has asked too many times what my thoughts on corn are, and it's time for them to go. Alrighty.
Copy. Can do.
Okay, so Squad Trek is talking about a problem that many people that kind of focused on their core audience run into and weren't necessarily able to break outside of that core audience as well as they would like. And so what I'm referring to is having a super high percentage of your views coming from people that are subscribed to your channel, but having a relatively low percentage of views that are coming from people that are not subscribed. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean is that's probably due to you covering or making basically the same type of content over and over and over and over and over again on your channel. And that only attracting the type of person that would be interested in that very specific type of content. And so that's, you doing your Fortnite streams, for example. And so where it starts to get unhealthy is where so much of your audience on YouTube is your existing audience, and so little of your audience is new people coming to discover you that your channel stops growing. And then you get into a spot where you feel like super obligated to make content only for your current audience and not for anything else other than that. And then you get stuck in like a no growth scenario. So what I would recommend for your channel is to focus more or to focus on maybe breaking outside of the Fortnite niche, maybe doing content on other topics. You've pitched some ideas to me on Discord. Just try them. Just try any other idea, anything else that's searchable on YouTube, and see if you can break your audience out into a more viewable scenario and in a more discoverable scenario. So you're breaking outside of what only that 94% audience wants. Does that make sense? So you have to break outside of that main topic. Yes, I got a legendary item. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. I broke outside of the, you have to break outside of that comfort zone in order to make it. And you need to expand, use your 20% to do non-Fortnite content. That's it. That's really your only option to break outside of the box there. Like I've told you before and many other people before, you probably have not, if you haven't really grown significantly and you're not making a living making content yet, you probably have not discovered your niche yet. Probably. Does that make sense? If you're not already full-time making content, then you probably haven't discovered your niche yet. See, a lot of you guys think that you already found it. You already found I'm going to cover such and such game, or I'm going to do XYZ on my channel, or I'm going to be a Fortnite tuber, or I'm going to be whatever kind of tuber. And you think you found your niche already because you like it and you got just a little bit of success. And I've got news for you. You probably have not found your niche yet because you're not making a living yet. And so you need to keep exploring where 80% of your content is the main thing that's getting you the most traction. That's sort of your bread and butter. And then 20% of your content is experimental. So that you're always looking for the next best thing, the next big thing as a content creator. You're always cycling in new topics. You're always cycling in new audience. You're always trying out new revenue models. You're trying out new SEO, new titles, new thumbnails, new strategies, new, always bringing in fresh, scooping in that fresh audience into your strategy, scooping in that fresh audience into your online business. until you find the thing that really blows you up. Okay, Half Send is in there. You just found out today you're the 4th most viewed for the game that you streamed 3 days after making affiliate. Hey, congratulations on that. That's great. So it sounds like you've really broken out within your niche. That's wonderful. You're already signed up for affiliate, so I assume you're not restreaming yet. But I do recommend for a lot of folks that are growing to restream. Affiliate may prevent you from restreaming, but congratulations. You're the 4th most viewed within your niche. Are you restreaming? Because if you're not, you could probably grow a lot faster as a restreamer. I should probably start sponsoring these live streams by restream. These in particular, because I haven't been running their ad or anything like that on my streams. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Half Send. I'm sorry. I didn't connect the dots. I didn't connect the dots on our conference call that we had in your name in chat. It's XX Half Send XX. Sorry, that kind of confused me. Okay, now I'm connecting the dots on who you are. You have a lot of different online monikers. Your Discord one is different than your Twitch one, which is different than your real name you had in the call. So you've actually given me 3 different names to have to remember to connect to the same guy. But that's great. So Half Send, if you guys are not already aware, is an extremely generous and interesting case of a content creator. Somebody who is a successful entrepreneur, somebody who has built multiple successful businesses, and their latest venture that they're going into is trying to build a successful online content creator business. And one of their strategies is just being very generous with the community and helping people out, surprising people with gift subs and, doing things like big donations and just being a very generous person, a Mr. Beast-like person. And that's something that I think is a really cool strategy. It's really interesting to see somebody pulling off that kind of strategy and testing that out. And one of the most powerful things that you can do in life to attract people's attention and to just feel good about yourself is to be generous. To be generous with your time, to be generous with your money, and to be generous with your love and your energy and giving it to other people. And so that's one thing I really respect about your strategy and what you're doing. And it's something that I feel like I connect with you on because I do the same thing. All of the knowledge I have about content creation and marketing and software and gear, I just give all of that away for free on the internet through my YouTube videos, through my podcast, through this live stream I'm doing for free. Whereas a lot of gurus and crap out there will put it all behind a paywall and a pay gate and make you pay $1,000 for their masterclass or whatever. I don't do that. The only thing I charge people money for is if they want a one-on-one conversation with me, one-on-one. And that's just me providing my time to just one person to give them attention on custom advice one-on-one. And I like giving away information for free and helping other people and being generous. Because I think in the end, it comes back to you. But most importantly, it feels good to be generous, right? And all of you out there that are making content, I want you guys to kind of embrace, I want all of you guys to embrace the idea that being generous with your audience, giving them as much value as you possibly can, is the path to success. Okay? When you give your audience as much value as you possibly can with every video, with every live stream, with every thumbnail, with every title, with everything you recommend to them, then it's going to come back to you in one form or another. Whether that's money, whether that's audience growth, or whether most likely that is emotional and personal fulfillment. Leave it all out on the field every day. During this holiday, I want you guys all to write down titles, to write down ideas for thumbnails, to write down ideas for videos, to go research them, and then I want you to actually execute those. And I want you to move forward on it and give as much value to your audience as you possibly can, and you will make it. That's what I quit my executive job to do, is to give you guys as much value as I can every day, rather than just keeping it for myself or just only giving it to some corporation or some company or some CEO. And you should do the same thing. That's the closing thought for the stream today. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys do well. And I'll see you in the next live stream. I'm going to fire up on Friday. I'm still going to continue to do these every single weekday on Twitch, exclusively on Twitch. If you're watching the replay on Twitch, link in the or on YouTube, link in the description below to follow on Twitch. And everybody who's watching right now, if you're not already following on Twitch, you better smash that follow button. See you guys.